Hi team, welcome to the latest edition of our newsletter. It has been a while. Obviously the last few months have been particularly challenging for us as a business, and we've all been looking into the operation to make sure that our customers have the best journey as we can. First of all, I just want to say a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you. You've all played a massive role in processing our passengers, whether that's in security, whether that's our customer experience ambassadors, those from different areas of the business supporting our customers' journey. It's been a great team effort coming together in really difficult and challenging circumstances, and to a certain degree quite unprecedented. The change in regulations by the DfT on the liquid restriction has had a profound effect on our operational capabilities. The reduction in the 2 litres down to 100 millilitres. We built a facility and we resourced a facility for 2 litres. Having that change did have an impact on the queues. Yes, there were other elements in terms of our construction periods, our resource levels and our deployment, and our forecast in terms of the summer demand weren't as accurate as we would have hoped. So all those things combined has created a really challenging period. I'm really proud in terms of the effort that everyone has gone to make those improvements.
So the improvement plan which we instigated to respond to those changes is working. No longer we're queuing the massive queues outside the terminal building, albeit we still use the 10, but that's part of the demand which we anticipated and thought, I'm stepping to that. Passenger behaviours have changed. No longer are passengers turning up 7 hours earlier or even the day before, as they were, responding to the queues and the reports that were in the local media and some further nationally news. So it has been working. A number of the factors which we introduced around focusing around queue management, better deployment of our resources, both in security but also at the front of house, and how we're managing those queues. The introduction of the liquid checks to stop people getting into the security area with oversized liquids, and a real focus around continuous improvement has all worked. And actually now we're in a position where our operation is much more stable. Average queue length around about 8.5 minutes, which is a far cry to where we were at the beginning of June. So on the 23rd of July, that was our busiest day for departing passengers since August 2017. And it pretty much went without incident, which is really positive in terms of how we've actually made that change. We're not front page of the Birmingham Live anymore. Actually, people are actually speaking much more positively about how the airport is performing. And that's reflected in our Net Promoter Scores, which are positive for the month of July. It's taken us back into a good position. That's really important in terms of actually how we're managing our satisfaction. Still a long way for us to go. We're making the improvements of where we need to, but we're certainly on the right track. So it's really important for us to continue to look forwards. Moving into the next year, which feels strange talking about next year when we've still got the challenges this summer. But if we don't, we're going to replicate some of the issues which we found themselves in this year. Next year we're going to be at 14.5 million, a record passenger level for Birmingham Airport. Going into summer 26, that rises by another million to 15.5 million. So we're going to be looking in terms of making sure that the capacity is ahead of the growth, something which has challenged us, and what we can't have is the same performance of what we had this summer. So ensuring that we build the right capacity and resource it correctly as well is really important to us. In June, I presented the development strategy for the terminal in particular to the board, and they were very supportive and endorseful in terms of what we're proposing. A number of those plans we're going to be sharing with you in the coming weeks and months as we grow our airport. But it's not just about growing capacity in the building, we've got to make sure that we are resourced correctly as well. So to that extent, particularly to support the recruitment of security, we have a dedicated business partner. So over the next 12 months, we do need to recruit probably another 100 members of the security officer team. So being able to focus and have some dedication around that will be really important. So from a development perspective, there's a number of investments which we'll be making over the next 12 months. We've already committed to 2 additional security lanes, going from 7 to 9. We are now currently just reviewing that, whether we need to go to a 10th lane for summer 25, but that'll really be dependent on the government's decisions around the liquid availability and what the passenger can take through in their cabin baggage. We're going to make sure that we've got the arrival capacity, because front of house may be working, but we've got to be sure the back of house is working as well. So there's a big focus around the expansion of our baggage facilities and introducing an additional makeup carousel for outbound baggage. And looking in terms of the arrivals product as well, where we'll be expanding the South Terminal, introducing a new domestic arrivals belt, bringing into the international arrivals the existing domestic belt, and expanding the immigration area in the South to accommodate more flights going into the South, and looking in terms of actually how we future-proof all of those arrivals product processes going forward. A commitment which the board are supportive of, and which we're looking in terms of our development going forward. And finally, not just about our capacity, the focus on the customer. So our connected personal experiences and what we're looking to develop to ensure that our customers all have smooth journeys through the airport. So the number of customer experience initiatives which we're introducing over the next 6 to 12 months. Some have already which have started. We'll have new water fountains, we'll have charging zones for customers, introducing family-friendly areas, expansion of our boarding lounges up onto the international pier so that we can actually process people much more effectively and efficiently. New toilet facilities, which we'll be looking at in terms of on the ground floor, and a general refresh of the overall airport and the declutterisation, particularly around the check-in areas, and looking towards moving back to a much more digital-friendly environment, which doesn't have airline-specific, but can be adaptable and flexible to operate different airlines in different areas of the terminal. So that real focus of our customer, as well as our colleagues and the business and the growth, is really, really important to us. So finally, I'd once again just like to thank all of you for your contributions and your efforts to supporting the business. It has been a really, really tough period for you. But you've all come together, we've risen to the fore, and we've done really, really well in terms of our performance. But we're going to keep on improving. So thank you. Look forward to working with you for the rest of the weeks in the summer. Have a great summer period. Thank you.